Hello, everyone. Oh, hold on one second. Okay. How is everyone on this fabulous Saturday? Oops. There we go. We're going to keep it with the cozy lighting. I don't think you'll mind. My laptop is over on this side, so I'll have to, what do you call it? Look at him on this side. All right. Whoop. What are you doing? Why aren't you letting me move? Manifesting Maven. Thank you very much. Hey, Kim. Love you. Love you too. I've had so many areas taking off. I've dipped the last couple days with SP. I love my person, and believe me, I know it's destiny. But I'm so tired, Kim. Considered settling, but I can't. I want what I want, so don't you dare settle. Don't you dare settle. All right, so when you say you dipped, what does that exactly mean? And my hair is bugging me. What does it mean? When you say you dipped, is it listening to doubts? Believing the doubts? What is it? It's, I feel like crap. Why? It feels like a mountain. That's because you think in this moment, and I know you know better, that is because, let me word it like this, the state you're in, you're perceiving it as if you're doing it all alone. It is a mountain to a single human. But you're not that single human. You're a human with an amazing part of consciousness. So it's not a mountain. To the human logic, it's a mountain. But isn't that wonderful that human logic has no part of this? No part. Maybe your logical mind is thinking of all the things that you think have to happen in order for that connection. There you go. Human logic. And it's why it feels like shit. Because it doesn't apply here. And I know that's not always easy for some. It wasn't easy for me in the beginning. My logical mind, I was a very logical person, for what it's worth. I think I've shared that before, but logic just doesn't apply over here. Because what we're doing is illogical when you think about it. Yes, VK, logic is not my friend either. It's not easy. There's been the whole, what if I'm single forever because of this? Oh, hi, fear. Hi. And first of all, let me just say, okay, I remember who you're manifesting, okay? Who said you can never go on a date because you're manifesting? I'm not telling you got to go on a date. I'm saying that type of fear, what if I'm going to be alone my whole life because I'm trying to manifest this person? What if it takes forever? What if I can't do it? All the things. All right, well, then go on a date. Boom, done. Goodbye, fear. Who cares? Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Do what you want. You're not doing this by yourself. You're a limitless being who was seeing through the filter of humanness, logical humanness, right? A state where you're perceiving that this is difficult. This is going to be hard. This is going to take a long time. The fear of being alone. That's not who you're intending to be. It's just fear. They're almost a fear of committing. A fear of committing. Really? Really? We're fearing that we're facing a mountain, but at the same time, we've got the fear of, ooh, I don't know if I want to commit either. Hello, contradiction. Hello. Do you want a relationship? Do you? Are you sure you want a relationship? You might want to take a look at that and make a decision, because that kind of matters. You're on two sides here. I want it, but I don't want it. I want it, but I don't want it. I'm not sure I want it. Might want to take a look at that. We want to, might make a decision whether we really want that manifestation or not. That's been you too, Angela. Hello, Kim. Oh my God, I need to give you so many updates. Life been good. And I want to hear them all, Ruby. I want to hear them all. I want to do a video with you. I want you to get on air with me. But no pressure. Wait, what was that? Again, it's the fears of what if something goes wrong. Are you kidding me? What do you mean if something goes wrong? Do you not know who you are? Huh? You're manifesting maven. You already know that you're a damn good manifester. You already know this. And you know who you really are. Pure, unadulterated consciousness. Right now, you're in a state where you're just listening to the fear. So return to your decision. But however, the decision... Wait a minute. Did you mean the fear of committing, as in committing to the manifestation? Did you mean it that way? Or committing to a relationship? You meant it as committing to the manifestation, didn't you? Yes, Kim. Okay. So the fear of going all in. Okay. Going all in on a manifestation, right? You committing to, yes, this is what I want, so this is who I'm choosing to be. Don't confuse that with you can still live your life. So in other words, I get asked the question often, Kim, I'm manifesting this specific person, but I want to date people. Isn't that going to hold me back? No. Why would it? Well, because if I was in my wish fulfilled, I wouldn't be dating anyone. I would be in my wish fulfilled. I'd be with my person. You're applying logic. You're applying logic to that. So if you fear, if you think it's going to be an issue, then it will be an issue. But it doesn't have to be. It's all in what you personally, the individual, believe. So some people might agree, some people might disagree with my perspective. And that's okay to their reality. But I definitely dabbled in the dating thing while manifesting an SB. Did I love it? No. I got to keep it 100. I didn't love it, but not because I thought I was ruining my manifestation because I went on a date. Not that at all. For me, it was just each the date thing just reminded me that it didn't hit my person. So keeping it real there, but not because I feared it was going to, it was too much of a contradiction if I did this. No, I wasn't concerned with that at all. Okay, I'll take a step back. I've been living life, just took a dip. That's all right. I'm very picky, but also hate being alone. Okay, why do you hate being alone? Not that there's anything wrong with wanting to manifest a person. Hello, it's Specific Person Saturday. I'm just saying, why? What is the I'm afraid, not afraid, I hate being alone part? What is that? What's that story? There's something there. We need to take a look at that and make a new decision. Anyone have a thought process of what? Process or the opposite of being too much for people? Anyone have a thought process or the opposite of being too much for people? What do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying. I want my person in my space. Whoops. That's right, Soup Bowl. You're never too much for the right people. That's right. Hold on a minute. Let me get this chat. One moment. There we go. Limitless Queen Batch, member for 13 months. Thank you very much. Batch, love you. Love you too. Thank you for being so amazing and helping all of us so much. Like I said, I will share Mega Movement with SP on Tuesday. What do you get from the dad jokes? What do you get from a pampered cow? Spoiled milk. No, no. But Limitless Queen, thank you very much for saying such lovely things outside of the dad joke to me using your free member chat. You only get the one, and that makes me feel very nice. Kelly Alvarez, thank you very much. SP spent the night. I got my mans. Oh my God, Kelly. I told you. I told you you could do it. I told you. God, I love the I told you moments. I'm so proud of you. Well done. Congratulations. Hello, SP manifestors. She's all your BBLs. Just saying. Well done, Kelly. Now, Kelly, think about the moments that you doubted, the moments that you feared. Don't they seem so irrelevant now? Look at you, Master Manifester. Hello, SP manifestors. If you ever have the doubt, the fear that you're not going to be able to manifest your specific person, yes, you can. And there's another tick mark in the SP manifestors category, meaning the collection of people that have been able to manifest their person. There's another tick mark. One more person added to the evidence pool. Just saying. Well done. So proud of you. Lindsay, thank you very much. SP and I have been exclusive. I called him last night and a girl answered. Oh, God, you poor thing. He told her he hasn't seen me in months. We got into it. I blocked him because I'm so mad and hurt. I don't blame you. I don't know where to go from here. Well, first of all, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. That had to have been awful. I cannot even imagine it. Feelings are valid. So if you have already, spiraled, that we are not going to beat up on ourselves for that. It's okay. You let that out. That would hurt anyone's feelings. Okay? So you have some options here. When you're ready. Let me word it like that. When you're ready, if you want to get back on the SP manifestation bandwagon. All right. First of all, we experienced this based off of our own beliefs. We are not blaming and shaming ourselves. That's not what I meant by that. So what beliefs have we been saying yes to still? Is it the not good enough? Is it the not chosen? Is it the fear of being cheated on? The fear of abandonment? Whatever it is specifically for you, we're making a new decision. We're deciding that's not who we are anymore. Now, forgiveness will have to be an option when you are ready for that. And by forgiveness, that's how we get rid of that shit version of your SP. If we hang on to the hurt, we're not making this any easier. I don't expect you to be able to just numb away your feelings. It's not what I'm trying to tell you. You've got to express them. We accept what's here. We accept it. We have our emotions and feelings. And when we are ready, we get back on it. If you want to. You can also revise. We can revise this completely. But it goes with the, it kind of goes hand in hand with the forgiveness. So we can't hang on and marinate and think about it if we're choosing to revise. That's all I mean. But there's a reason why I say feelings are valid. And it is for painful, hurtful moments like that. And it's fresh, right? You just experienced it. My question is, was there a fear of this happening in the past? Like when you first met him and you started being exclusive, what were the fears or doubts that would come into your mind? I'm only asking that so that we can see what the beliefs are. Ouch. Yes, he went through a breakup a few months before we started hanging out, and it was rough. Okay, so do you accept that he doesn't have free will? Have you accepted that aspect of manifestation? And no judgies if you haven't. The first the first year or two of my journey, I found it hard to believe that, for what it's worth. I struggled with that concept too. But it's not a concept. As cuckoo as it sounds, he doesn't have it. So there had to be a part of self that was still resonating with the belief. However, it could have been just old self, right? What we experience in reality, especially when it's something we don't like. It's a manifestation of our old self. So, meaning if you're choosing to be who you want to be, well, that version of you, manifestations have to show up as well. That's what I mean. I'm just struggling to get it when things keep showing up in the 3D. I'll feel like everything is good, and he'll tell me that he can't be that person for me. I think I sometimes sit in that longer. It probably is that part of it, longer than I should. All right. Again, I cannot stress how this is not a time for you to, be beating up on yourself, because you're recognizing that you probably did sit in what I would have called like marinating in shitfucker land. You probably did. Okay. So, all right. Something manifested. Knowing, after you just told me that, all right. So giving me that background that he in the past has reflected that, he doesn't want to be serious, or he can't give you, what you need right now. All right. So we've had more than one experience with him showing up, not reflecting his best version. And I totally understand what you mean by, I thought I was doing good. I thought I was in the state. life was good. And then boom, something like this happens. It shakes you. I know it does because it used to shake me. Try to remember that we might experience things that are the total opposite of what we want, that make no sense whatsoever, but they still lead to the outcome. They still lead to the outcome, even though our logical mind can't understand why something's here. Now, again, you giving me some more background to know that, okay, you've had other experiences. So sounds to me like that not good enough belief was a part of the equation. So when you experience things reality, and I think this is what most people struggle with, understandably, but this is the paradox of manifestation, is that when shit shows up, good or bad, number one, we still tend to see reality as the one true reality, where that's not the case at all. But the physical does feel like, well, Kim, this feels like it's the one and only reality. I know it does. Being a badass manifester is being in the habit of being able to go right into observer mode. Observer mode. Some call that God state. Not to split hairs, but every state is a God state. The observer is the eyes, behind the eyes, the thinking side of you. When you close your eyes, that part of you that is still perceiving. So it's building that habit of going right into that space. Vadim Zeland would have called it the keeper. So it's staying aware, in a sense. So when things pop up that feel like a surprise, but they're not a surprise, they are a reflection of our old self. It's knowing that that's all they are. And they're not something that can sincerely really hurt you or stop you from getting your manifestations. Now, your human side can absolutely process your feelings, process your emotions. That's okay. That's not messing things up. But you can still be aware. You can still be in the self that is source. Getting into the habit of jumping into observer mode helps you to perceive and see your reality clearer from the perspective of source versus yourself. So all I mean by that is because it's very easy to forget that we are not manifesting by ourselves. We're not manifesting as these human selves and nothing more than that. Because we are more than that. There isn't a circumstance that could pop up and truly take a manifestation away from you or truly stop you from getting it. I know that there are circumstances that can make us feel like that's possible, like something like this. But if you sincerely want the relationship with this specific person, then your inner story has to change. And all I mean by that is you getting into the habit of returning to the decision of who you want to be, the state of the wish fulfilled, and detaching from reality. Detachment is your best friend. And the more you practice being in observer mode, the easier detachment is going to be. And detachment doesn't mean you can't think about your manifestations. Detachment means not allowing circumstances to tell you who you are. And I know you guys have heard me say it a million times, and it probably gets annoying that I keep going back to that saying, but it's the truth. Because you will see the circumstance clearly. Now, granted, I'm on the outside of your circumstance. I can see it clearly. Okay. And you added on the extra things to give me some background about your situation. Okay, easy. That's the not good enough belief. The not good enough. You only need to have really one circumstance to then build other beliefs, right? You only needed to hear him say one time that he can't give you what you want, or he can't be that serious with you, for you to start the belief from fear that that's how he is. He doesn't want to, commit, blah, blah, blah. I'm just using it as an example. So from this point on, if you do want to continue, and I don't know if you wrote me anything else, let me just look really quick. Okay, I don't see anything. All right. So when I brought up detachment helps you to, in consciousness, break up with that shitty version of him. Detachment helps you let go of that specific person, just that version of him, I mean, so that you can see and experience in your imagination the version of specific person that you want to be with. And that version of him exists. It's just a matter of you getting your consciousness on him. But when I say on him, I don't mean as your top priority. You are your top priority. Who you are, who you want to be, what you're experiencing, what you want your life to look like should be your number one priority. Knowing who you are as source. If you don't believe in source, God, universe, fine. We can talk about it from the subconscious mind if you'd like. So the impressing your subconscious mind. So then we start using the language of the subconscious mind, which is conviction. So you returning to your decision to be the version of yourself, AKA the wish fulfilled, the version of yourself that's in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. The version of yourself who is aware of being more than enough, worthy and deserving of your desires. You spending time, whether it's affirming, visualizing, scripting, embodying, whatever technique of choice, to help you really stop and think about, in imagination, who that is, who that version of yourself is. So the version of you who's in the relationship with the most loving version of him, who is she? What do you think a day in her life looks like, feels like? And the more you allow yourself to think about those questions, the more you allow yourself to imagine what a day in your life looks like. How would it feel to know you're in that relationship? How would it feel to know you're experiencing being truly loved, wanted, chosen, pursued, cherished by that SB? What do you really think it would feel like to be her? Your logical mind might tell you, well, you don't know because you haven't experienced that yet. Yes, you do know. It's why you want the desire. You think it's going to make you feel a certain way. So tap into that. I'm not telling you have to, every single day, force yourself to feel that way. I'm saying when you do, you automatically know you're there. Every time you make your decision, I am that new self. That's my wording. You don't have to use my wording. I am her. You're there. You're automatically there. That reality, instantly. Outer reality might look exactly the same, but it's not. And why detachment matters? So that you can be detached from 3D when it looks like nothing's changing. So when stupid circumstances like this pop up, you realize it can't stop you from getting what you want. You know it's a manifestation from your old self. Nothing to worry about. You can process your feelings. You can let the hurt out, right? We don't have to pretend things don't bother us, ever. Cry them out, and then go back to your decision. And things will change. His ass will be back. If you do what I just said to do, he will be back. I'm saying that very comfortably, cockily. Okay? Ooh, Lisa, yes. You didn't sit around and fuss and fume and force techniques to manifest the unwanted. It happened easily. Think on that. So right. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate you so much. No problem. Thank you. And listen, I know it's fresh, so I know it hurt, but girl, I'm telling you, do what I said, then you will have him back. I'm telling you. I'd be willing to bet money on it. Okay? Mayhem Beauty, you did? Can you send it to me? Can you send it to me on TikTok? I will. I can't wait to let you all know what happens. I look forward to it. Amber, thank you very much. Hi. Do we need to affirm details? I want to say Celeb SP is the perfect version for me without having to revise his messy past. Do you think you need to? Because that's the real answer. What do you think you do? Are you afraid that you might have to? Or when you say, he's the perfect version for me, does that feel good to you? If that feels good, then no, you don't have to be detailed. If you're still questioning it, well, there's a doubt there. You literally can use any phrase you want so long as it means to you that you have that manifestation. I've used an example before where I would say, you could say, I love purple. And that could mean to you that you have a relationship with your specific person, and the relationship with your specific person would manifest. Because it's all about what you believe. So it's what meaning behind the words you say. It's not the words that necessarily matter. It's the meaning behind them. So yeah, you can say whatever you want. You don't have to be detailed unless it feels good for you. But just for the sake of this, when you say the perfect version of a specific person, what are you thinking of when you say that? What comes with that? What does that mean? So let's say, for pretend here, just to make this quick, let's say that when you say that, and you're talking about his messy past, let's say his messy past was maybe he was a cheater. And maybe now when you say he's the perfect version for me, you're thinking he won't cheat on me. He's not a cheater. Do you see what I mean? Those details are in here anyway. I know, because I hear it all the time, that this community makes us feel like if we don't do certain things, it won't impress the subconscious mind. It's just simply not true. That's a limited belief. Yes, Rhonda C. We write the rules for what works for us. 1,000,000%. Million. Ismo, thank you very much. Perfect timing, car ride, nap of wisdom with Kim. Love it. You usually have poop snoring and I have my son. P.S. Me getting pregnant at 39 and having a healthy baby is part of a success story that you helped me with. Love you. Oh my God, congratulations. Oh my God, congratulations. Can I just say you are BBLs for so many people? I'm going to reread that. I think we should listen up, anybody out there trying to have a baby or wanting to get pregnant or all the good things like that. Where'd it go? P.S. Me getting pregnant at 39 and having a healthy baby is part of a success story that you helped me with. Love you. I love you too. I am so happy for you. Congratulations. Give that healthy baby a little kiss on the cheeks, the little chubber cheeks for me. Very, very, very happy. Thrilled to hear this. Well done, mama. Well done. Oh, that just judged me. Come on now. That just judged me. That is so wonderful. I was going to say so exciting, but it's so wonderful. Congratulations. Man, is that not, what is that, our third success story here tonight? I'm sorry, I am a little cocky. HBICs are the shit. HBICs are the shit. We just are. HBICs, we get what we want. We get what we want. HBICs are killing it, Caitlin. Oh my gosh. And Renee, 888, didn't have a chance to write you back yet, but I read your success story email. Congratulations. That could not have worked out more magically. Perfectly. And not that you need me to say this, Renee, but think about how many times that was a stressor for you, a concern for you. And I'm not going to say the reasons why, but you know the reasons why, as far as not wanting to hurt, right? Others. Look how that effortlessly played out when you are putting more focus on the who you are. Look at you being an amazing master manifester. Look at that. And as far as I'm concerned, you are another example, okay, in the pool of amazing examples of you don't have to be perfect. And all I mean by that is you can have a doubt. You can have a fear. I had doubts. I had fears. I'm in that pool with you. This is never about having to be perfectly on your game 24/7 in order to get what you want. Nope. You can have a day where you're frustrated. You can have a day when you're afraid or you're doubting. And I don't want you, Renee, at all, I don't want you to think that I'm like blowing up your spot to say you had a doubt. I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying we've all had our doubts and fears, and we still get what we want. And you're an example of that. Just saying. Yep. Just keep returning to new self. Yes. Good. I'm glad you didn't take it that way. Yasmin, she's got huge movement with her SP. I got huge movements with my SP. Sometimes the old story pops up. Then I remind myself who I am being, and it gets better and better. My manifestation is unfolding right in front of me. Yes, yes, and yes. I wish everyone would listen to me. If you are someone that is having to see your specific person, having to see them, meaning like they're in your face, and maybe it's the old version of them. That's all I mean by that. That when you're in the midst of encountering them, do your best to take the focus off of them in the moment that you're experiencing it. This is what I'm talking. Well, I mean, you should do this anyway, but I'm saying in the moment that you're having to deal with them, take the focus off of, even if you're in the middle of a conversation, take the focus off of the conversation and put it back on new self. If you are brand new to my channel, every time you hear me say new self, I am talking about the version of you or the state of consciousness that has the desire, that got the manifestation or the wish fulfilled. New self is just easier for me to say. I like it better. And it's what I use on myself to manifest. Every time I have ever had a moment, and it, not just SB, not just SB. He's right upstairs. That's why I'm talking low. I don't want him to know all my secrets. He knows my secrets. He knows what I do for YouTube. but I don't want him to think that every time we have an encounter that I'm using thought transmission. So, and I mean it, I use this for everything. If it appears or feels like it's not going in the direction, like a favorable direction. And I don't mean, oh, I don't like the circumstance I'm seeing. I don't mean that. I just meant any kind of yucky energy between me and another person. I don't like that. I am someone that I would prefer to get along with everyone, right? Every time I kind of drift off from the conversation with them, so up here, I'm removed from the conversation. And maybe it's just because I'm neurodivergent. So any of you ADHDers, I am one too. Maybe it's just easier for us to do it because our minds are already geared to kind of split off. So I can still be sitting there chit-chatting with the person in front of me, but I can split off. I will return to my decision. I will remind myself of who the hell I am. And every time I have ever done that, okay, not one time has this ever failed. Whatever direction the conversation or even argument is going, it always turns around and benefits me. Every time. Because instead of getting myself all involved and upset or say triggered, angry, hurt, whatever's happening, instead of feeding into that energy, which is a version of ourselves, instead of feeding into that, in here, I split off and feed back into me. Put it all back into me and who I am being. And it has always worked. I'm just saying. I got my ADHD diagnosis today. So funny that you mentioned this. Join the club, friend. Join the club. I think having ADHD is a benefit. I think our minds, number one, I really do think the human mind as a whole, as a species, I think ADHD is going to become the new normal. I think the normal mind is flawed. I think our mind is more geared to effortless manifestation. That's why more and more people are finding out they have it. Just saying. And by the way, I thought that before I knew I had it. I didn't have any indication, meaning I had never really looked at the symptoms of ADHD. I didn't think I had it. And those kind of diagnoses were not a thing when I was little. Remember, I'm old lady. I'm 50. I didn't find out till I was 48. I thought that before I knew anything about myself. I just felt like, gosh, we're hearing so many people getting a diagnosis or some form of it, anything on the spectrum. I include, by the way. I think that's where the mind is going, the human mind. It's evolving to that. Just saying. A lot of NASA engineers are neurodivergent. Yep. Us neurodivergents are taking over. I think so too. Same here, ADHD undiagnosed. See? Look at this. I think ADHD is already the normal, but too many people aren't willing to look at it within themselves. Agree. Just an autism girly here. You thought I was dumb. Oh, I thought you said I thought you were dumb. I'm like, well, I didn't think you were. I never thought you were dumb. I read it too fast. Just an autism girly here who thought you were dumb for 28 years. Well, first of all, I am sorry. I'm sorry, and I feel you on that. Because on my side of the house, this is going to sound terrible, but I thought I was a lazy bag of shit. I just had a problem with procrastination. So when I say that we can be our worst enemies, I was mine. There was nobody on the outside who could give me an insult that would hurt more than what I was saying to myself on I'm going to say daily basis, but it was an hourly basis, a minute by minute basis. And that was one of them, on top of, ripping myself to shreds over being a fat ass when I would go up and down and weigh. I would tear myself up. So the procrastination and being a lazy piece of shit was something I just said to myself regularly. Not knowing, obviously, I wasn't just procrastinating. My brain works a little different. That brought me a little relief, I'm not going to lie. And, now trying to implement systems to help me. I've gotten more done in my life truly since I started really being serious about manifestation. My mind really started changing, obviously. My whole life started to, only for the better. That's what I mean. Maybe that's why we all resonate with you so much, Kim. We're all ADHD. Maybe! I don't care. Good. But I mean that in a good way. Good. I hope all HBICs are. I see it as we got to benefit. Think about it, guys. Think about it. All the neurodivergence. Think about it. When we really like something and we're really focused, no one can get in the way of a laser-focused ADHDer. No one can get in the way of our super focus. So everybody better watch out, because we're here, aren't we? We ride at dawn. I'm in the undiagnosed ADHD club too. This is so validating. Good. I'm glad it is. I had to get my school files as part of my ASD diagnosis, and it was devastating. Oh gosh, I can't believe no one realized I had ADHD. They all just thought I was annoying. Oh, that makes me so upset for you. I'm sorry you had that experience. You are where you belong now, my friend. You are where you belong with us. Neurodivergent people find each other. Hell yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm autistic of some sort. I think hyperfocus is when I manifest anything easily. I think it's a damn superpower. And we all have it. I really think I'm ADHD or autistic too. I'm so hyper-focused. It's a blessing and curse. I'm in the... oh, you already read that one. Let's see. I believe heavily I have ADHD as well. My ADHD self gets so caught up in things. Maddie, don't even get me started. I can so relate. I can laser focus like nobody's biz. You are in the right place too, Lisa. Yes, Duck Girl 34, by the way. Been procrastinating for like 4 years about finding a good online passive source of income. Should probably use manifestation to find the best source because there's too many options. Overwhelmed. Oh my God, yes. Hello? Whatever you believe in, right? Did you say source or no? You didn't say anything. Okay. Whether you believe it's God, universe, source, higher power, source energy, or just your subconscious mind, whatever you believe in, ask. Ask for guidance. And let me just say too, hopefully this makes you feel better. Any decision you make will be the right decision. So you don't even have to fear of, oh my God, what if I got the wrong sign and I chose the wrong thing? It won't matter. It'll still lead you to what you want. You'll still be moved and guided to your desired outcome, always. But ask your higher self for, a sign or assistance in making that decision. I have done that so many times in my journey. Again, now knowing I have ADHD, well, that comes with the territory, right? That's one of the things, is we don't like to make the final friggin' decisions. And I have done that, and boom, someone will always come into my reality wanting to talk about that thing. It always works because you're always manifesting. I'm like Superman in real life, but my SP makes me act like Rain Man. What? You are welcome. All right, let's see. ECC5, thank you very much. Can you talk about manifesting the logically unrealistic? I have made the decision that SP is getting me pregnant in the next couple months. We aren't in a 3D relationship yet. I don't care. I am getting pregnant now. I like your sass. I like your attitude. Okay. So logically unrealistic. Can you explain to me why? Why is it logically unrealistic? Meaning, unless you're telling me that you and your SP, no, never mind. I don't even have to say that because something could still happen. I was going to say maybe you were going to tell me that one of you doesn't have all your parts to have the session before the baby comes. I thought you were going to say something like that. And then I'm thinking, well, that also doesn't matter. Also doesn't matter. So what is your baloney logical side telling you? What's the baloney it's telling you? Because it's quickly? Because maybe you don't have, let's say, movement right now. Maybe you're not talking to SP. Maybe SP is on the other side of the world. It doesn't matter what the answer is. It's not unrealistic. I know what you mean by logically. I know. But that's because you're focusing and thinking of it as a basic bitch muggle human. Do you see what I mean? In one sense, a lot of manifestations look like they're unrealistic. I was about to say all manifestations, but I guess that's not true. That's me clumping everything together, and I guess you can't. But what is it that you're looking for to feel better about it? To feel better? Because there isn't anything you could say to me that would get me to say, "Oh, that's going to be hard. That's going to be a difficult one." So, whatever your reasoning is, whatever the fear is that you think is something that qualifies as making your manifestation unrealistic, logically unrealistic, I challenge you to do your best to move your eyes away from the how. I challenge you to do that. And, give yourself a challenge of not allowing yourself to marinate in the fears of the how. Like, tell yourself, I'm not going to think about this for 5 minutes. Set a timer, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Set a timer. I'm not going to think about this. I'm going to force myself to think of something else for 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, if I want to worry about this and marinate in the shit that I know I shouldn't, I can do it in 15 minutes, but I can't do it right now. Till you break out of the habit of listening to those garbage limits that you don't have. Your last rampage actually took away my fears. That makes me feel wonderful. I am so glad. That makes me so very happy. I'm glad it helped you. I love rampaging. Good morning from Oz. Well, hello. Oz as in Australia, or do you mean actually like the Wizard of Oz? ECC5. Are you still here? Because I'm dying to hear a response. I have some comments written above. Okay. I want to let go of all the steps that should come first. Ooh, I mean, it's expected that you start dating, then get into a relationship and all that first. But I'm saying, no, let's get pregnant first. Let's just get pregnant. There you go. Okay. I hear that one a lot as far as when we're stressing out over time. And when I first started really applying this stuff, I used to get really hung up on time too because of that. It used to like literally stress me out to think about all the things that I thought had to happen. So my SP journey started with me manifesting in steps. Not that there's anything wrong with manifesting in steps. I don't mean to make it sound like yucky, but no, I would not do that again. I would not. But again, that's a personal decision. You don't have to agree with me. So when your mind is bringing you up thoughts like that all these logical 3D world rules of what should happen or has to happen, you got to remind yourself that you're breaking free of that conditioning. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure you would like to have the experience of having a chit chat with your specific person before you get, preggo, which is understandable. But don't you think that the perfect unfolding is going to happen for you anyway? That all those steps can happen like that if you want to experience the steps. Don't you think that, listen, when a manifestation pops into your world, I mean, physically it's in your face, time feels like it is flying. It's either the experience of time just seems to be, whooshing past you, or the experience of it freezing. But it's because of you're in a whirlwind. When mine fully came in, and I'm talking fast forward now to after September of 2022, when I feel my experience, I would label it as, or I finally leveled up again, but it did not feel like leveling up. I was stuck in a victim state. That's the truth. But when what I wanted started coming in, I felt like, what in the hell is happening here? But in a good way, What is happening? Like manifestations coming in like that. You're not even concerned about time. You're not even concerned of the specific things that need to happen. I'm telling you, bring your awareness back to who you are. Tell yourself, I don't need to worry about the details. Higher self, God, source, whatever you particularly believe in, who is within you. It's why you can manifest. It's because you are that consciousness. Has the most perfect way for it to unfold, for you to be pregos and have your relationship. Better. 1,000 times infinite better than what you think, than what your logical mind says should be the way it unfolds. And by the way, I don't mean in a sense that, you have no choice in the matter. You have no choice. Everything's pre-planned destiny. I don't mean it like that. I mean, the moment you said yes to the desire, because everything is already created, the most amazing unfolding, it was already in the works. Do you see what I mean? I know that sounds like pre-planned destiny, but I don't mean it that way. So what you're experiencing right now is you living the manifestation happening. You're living it right now. Even if you've had no movement, what your logical mind thinks is no movement, even if you see nothing different in reality, it's all a part of the most perfect unfolding. And I'm telling you, when you are prego and in that relationship, and you will be, you are going to look back at this and say, what the hell was I worried about? What was I worried about? And you're not going to be upset with how it unfolded. It won't be a blip of concern for you. So just bring your awareness back to who you're deciding to be. Listen, that doesn't always mean it's going to instantly make you feel better. Okay? So don't then judge yourself and say, well, I don't feel any better, so I must be out of the state. Don't do that. We never want to give that a meaning. We never want to tell ourselves, because I don't feel good today, I must not be in the right state. I must not be new self. No, you are source consciousness. Every time you are thinking with authority, your word is authority. It's the boss. God, universe, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, subconscious mind is yes. The answer is always yes. Yes, yes to everything, good or bad. Yes. So when you use your authoritative words, I don't feel good, so I must not be in the state. Yes, you're right. Yes. Instead, it doesn't matter how I feel. I know my heart's intention. I know who I'm choosing to be. Even if I don't feel like her, I'm choosing to be. Period. Yes. Yes, you are. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, right. Feeling good is great, but it's not the indicator of who you are being. Yeah. We're all still humans with human feelings. Yes. This is my BBL because I will get pregnant and I know it's going to be with my SP. That's right. Keisha G, member for 26 months. Thank you very much. Hey, little sis. That's how she says it. Hey, little sis. My birthday is officially Tuesday. Ooh, my official birthday party will be during our Tuesday meetings. All HBICs are invited. Oh, we are so there. We are there. Success stories only. Can't wait to spend my birthday with y'all. I'm sure I'll have a mind-blowing manifestation to share. Love you lots. P.S. Please define detachment. I love you lots too. I am so excited. Yep, that'll be the rules. Successes only. We can't have no downtime for Keisha's party. Okay? Successes. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And define detachment. Detachment, again, this is me defining detachment. Me. Detachment is when you are choosing to no longer allow 3D reality, 3D circumstances, anybody in the 3D. You are no longer allowing anything or anyone to tell you that you are not who you say you are. Example, you're manifesting a specific person. You're manifesting to be in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with that person. So you are deciding, you are, so I'm going to say I am though. I am the version of myself who's in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with. That's who I am. And then 2 seconds later, in 3D reality, SP texts and says, I'm sorry, but I'm moving to Antarctica and I will never be back. A 3D logical human might look at that text and get a little concerned. You might get a little concerned too because you are a human. But as soon as you read it, maybe you get the little nervousness in your belly. You're a little worried. Thinking about your SP moving to Antarctica. And then you remember, no. No. I am the version of myself in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with this person. So that doesn't make sense. That makes no sense to my manifestation. I'm returning to my decision anyway. I don't have to pretend to like this. Say you're scared. I don't have to pretend that I'm not a little frightened by this. If it makes you cry, let the tears out. But my heart's intention is to be in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. And by fulfilling, I certainly don't want to think that my person living in Antarctica is fulfilling to me. That's not fulfilling to me. So if I'm choosing to be the version of me who is in a fulfilling relationship, then I'm not going to allow this to tell me differently. So even if we experience fear, even if we experience emotions, which are fine, let them out. Your heart's intention is to still be who you say you are, despite what your senses are telling you, and you move on with your day. That's detachment. When you don't let the outside determine who you are on the inside. And what would, I'm not more than likely, but like again, I'm just making this up as an example. What the next thing you would probably experience is SP texting you back and saying, just kidding, just kidding. Or if it was even more than that, no, we're not going anywhere. Plans fell through. I'm staying here. And you two would get together and be in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. Detachment. So detachment doesn't mean, wait, Antarctica doesn't exist in my reality. So what? So what? So where are you really going, huh? I love this clarity on fulfilling. Needed all of this. Yay. So that's the thing. When you use words that mean something to you, I know what fulfilling means to me. Fulfilling means to me, I'm experiencing word for word exactly what I want in all areas of life. I'm fulfilled. I'm happy. I'm full of joy. So if I'm feeling that way, if I'm calling myself the fulfilled version of myself, then terrible bullshit, no, I don't have to be afraid of it. I don't have to concern myself because I'm fulfilled. So if I'm saying I'm fulfilled, I have the things I want. I'm living the life I want. That's what it means to me when I say it. So again, you guys don't have to use the word fulfilling if you don't want to. It's an example. But so there it is. When circumstances are in your 3D, whether they are just mild circumstances, medium circumstances, really hot and terrible, devastating, traumatic, whatever circumstances are in your 3D. Or if they're just fearful thoughts of those terrible type of circumstances happening. It's not you ignoring, pretending it doesn't exist. So let's say you actually have something in 3D. It's not you having to pretend something doesn't bother you. It's not you becoming so, emotionless and you're stuffing your feelings down. We don't want that either. I can be aware of what's in my reality. I can accept what's in my reality. Because I think some of us also misunderstand awareness too, and we're going to go over that next. I can be aware. I can see a shit circumstance in front of me. So we'll go back to using the Antarctica text. I can know and be aware that I received an Antarctica text message. But because I'm practicing detachment, I know that I can have my feelings and emotions. I can still cry if I need to. But I'm sticking with what my heart's intention is. I'm intending that I'm the version of myself in that loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. And again, you can use this for any manifestation. Say you want to be a millionaire. I am intending, my heart's desire, my heart's intention is that I'm a multimillionaire. So this negative bank balance, I don't have to like it. I don't have to pretend it's not there. I don't have to pretend I don't see it. But my intention is to be a multimillionaire. So I know whatever I'm experiencing is still leading me to me being the multimillionaire, or to, back to Antarctica, I know that this stupid Antarctica thing somehow is still leading to my end. I don't have to make logical sense of reality. Reality doesn't have to make sense to me. It's not my concern. I know we have to live in our 3D. I get that. And I know we want to experience our desires, and you will. When you stop letting circumstances make you feel like you got to give up. When you stop letting circumstances tell you, oh, you're not the version of yourself that's going to be in a loving relationship. That's not going to happen for you. No, he's moving to Antarctica. You're never going to have that relationship. That's who you are. When you stop letting that happen, when you stop letting outside things tell you that you're wrong, that you're never going to have the things you want. No, you stand in your decision, even if it's doing it through tears. I am my new self, period. And it doesn't matter if I cry. It doesn't matter if I get upset today. I'm still returning to that decision. And this doesn't mean forcing yourself to do technique after technique. No, you can shelve it. Take the break. Take that day off. But know inside you are who you say you are. That's how we transcend. That's how we keep moving. That's how we get what we want. So don't misunderstand that that phrase of you are experiencing, or you manifest who you are aware of being. Being aware of a shit circumstance doesn't mean, oh, you're aware of being that version of yourself. Not if you are aware of who you are intending to be. I hope that makes sense. Okay? We can know what our physical reality looks like. We can accept our circumstances. But at the same time, we can also, while knowing that things are here in the physical, that we are becoming, and if you don't like the word becoming, okay, then you are your new self anyway. And therefore, even your shitty circumstance must be a part of the bridge of incidents. Instead of seeing the circumstances as a threat to your bridge of incidents. Okay? Hope that makes sense. I hate that ignore the 3D business. You don't have to ignore. Say, okay, this happened, but it is not final. Totally agree. Sazzle, thank you very much. Kim, I need a boost. SP says, age a problem. I've asked this before. Okay. Age is a problem. Asked this for in a hookup situation. I live in the end. We get close. Then he pulls away. Had enough of 2 years of this. Been trying to live in the end. Okay, so Sazzle, is age a problem for you? Is age a problem for you, Sazzle? Are you allowing age, meaning whatever direction it's going in, older, younger, whatever, what does that mean to you? I do remember you asking. I don't remember your answers, though. If you're still here. If you're still here. So, in case you're not, I'm just going to keep answering then. So, SP bringing up age as an issue. And if you're immediately accepting what you're hearing, now by accepting, all I meant by that is, yeah, this makes sense. It makes sense why age bothers him. Meaning it makes sense because it resonates with your own fear of your age. So let's, for the sake of this conversation, saying that maybe you're older than your SP, okay? And you don't say either way. Okay, so we're gonna just say that you're older than your SP for this because I don't see you anywhere. So maybe you have a belief like, oh, I'm older. He's gonna eventually fall out of love with me and find a younger version of me. The fear, okay? So number one, the age thing is really just a cover for the not good enough belief. So it's not the age that is really necessarily bothering you. Don't get me wrong. I believe that you probably have had fears or thoughts regarding age, but the underlying truth is because of the age, you're not good enough. So it's the not good enough belief. So having SP reflect it in reality, I know is not fun. I'm sure very upsetting. But it's because there's a part of you still resonating with the not good enough belief. So when SP brought it up, it was the shitty kind of 3D validation to the belief that you're still in a state that's saying yes to that. So this isn't bad. We can get you on out of this. It's number one, it's remembering that SP doesn't have free will. No one in your reality does. Right? Peeps out here are reflecting ourself back to us. That's it. So you become aware of being the version of yourself that is more than enough. The version of you that is, of the understanding and the belief that age doesn't mean diddly squat. Age is just a number. Age doesn't get in the way of love, right? Love transcends all. There is no limit to love. Usually I get the question on like sexualities, preferences, or whatnot. Hey, Kim, I'm manifesting this SP, but SP is straight, or SP is gay, or lesbian, whatever. Love transcends all. I know some logical minded people don't buy into that, but even they are truly pure, unadulterated consciousness, aka unconditional love. So age is a part of the group of things that can never get in the way of love. And for what it's worth, the things that can never get in the way of love is everything in the entire universe versus love. There is nothing at all, ever, anywhere, any timeline, any universe, any reality. Nothing can cut the cord to love. And that's who every single one of us is. Our true self, our true nature is unconditional love, including your specific person and including you. So it is, I am telling you, it is just the not good enough belief. Even if you've never had the thought, I don't think I'm good enough. You don't have to have that thought to have the not good enough belief. We put other things like as the little excuses to the not good enough belief. So for example, the majority of my life, except for the years that I was at a weight that I enjoyed, I would say that me being fat is the thing that can prevent me from having love. No one's going to choose you. You're fat. That's what my mind would say. So when I found manifestation, was something I had to choose differently for myself too. So this is a return to your decision. You are more than enough for love because you are love. No one truly is giving you love. And no one is truly ever taking love away from you because you are love. They're just reflecting it. You're experiencing reflection. It's not really a give and take kind of thing that we hear about in the 3D. It's truly, if you want to use the word giving, you are giving yourself that love through the vessel of your person. I also understand that some people don't like it when I use that word vessel. I don't mean your specific person is a mindless zombie. They're definitely humans. Okay? And they are versions of themselves. So they're real. They're not pretend. You're selecting, well, let me reword. You have been selecting a version of them that the reflection is kind of dull and dirty and yucky. Because if they said something to you about your age, that's the I'm doing this to their face. That's the shit version of them. That's the piece of shit twat version of your specific person. But even that piece of garbage twat version of them was only reflecting your belief. That's it. So if we kick twat version to the curb and start focusing on their true self, which is unconditional love. What? I need an emoji of that action. On it. I am on it. Start focusing on the version of them that you would prefer. But remember, you are your number one focus first. The version of you who is fully in the awareness that you are more than enough for love because you are love, right? Okay. Focusing on the better version of them, and you will have your experience. And you will come to see that age never meant shit. It never meant shit. Okay? I'm staring at the username trying to figure out how to say it. Little Ninja Cakes. Lil Ninja Cakes. Thank you very much. Hey, Kim. Any advice on what to do when your job makes you spiral because it reminds me I'm not in the same state as SP? I also can't quit, but this job, I don't have the rest of your comment. I am so sorry. I don't see the rest of it. So I'm going to do the best I can with your comment. Hold on. I knew I heard something. I think that's the snowmobile. All right. Your job makes you spiral because it brings your focus back on that your SP is in another state and you cannot quit your job. Okay. So then why not focus? Well, first of all, if you hate your job, it sounds like you don't like your job. Or maybe you like your job and you just don't like where it's located. We have to come to terms with something here, meaning we have to make a decision. What do we want? What would fulfill you? Obviously, I know being in the same state with your specific person is part of it. But what do you want to do career-wise? Because if you don't like your job, and no, I'm not suggesting you just go off and quit it. I don't mean it that, but what do you want to do for work? So why not decide that's who you are? So your unfolding is you working where you want to work and you're with your specific person. You know, I don't want anyone to feel like I can only manifest one thing at a time. You know, we're not going to get everything we want. Like, we got to throw all that thinking out the window. Multi-manifesting, in fact, I encourage it. Multi-manifesting is the best. I am a multi-manifester, and I have been since coming to this knowledge, and it's the best. But I say it's the best because you, depending on where you are in your understanding of all this knowledge, you tend not to get too laser focused in the yucky way on one area. Don't get me wrong, in my opinion, everybody naturally has a specific area that they're really, really wanting first. And I get that. Like back then, I would have told you SP, then money. In that order, please. But so if that's how you feel, that doesn't make you bad. I'm just saying that multi-manifesting, it keeps you in your imagination, imagining the full life you'd like to experience. But anyway, I'm getting all over the place. Okay. Let's see. I think that you need to, because why are we including the job? Are you focusing on being a version of yourself that is in the same state as your person, or that you are living with your person, or something along those lines? Because listen, obviously going to work in this moment is going to continue, because you already told me you can't quit. Okay, so it's going to continue. And I don't know how many hours you work a day per week, but I'm just making the assumption maybe you work 40 hours, like the full-time typical whatever. So those are a lot of hours to be triggered over where you are and where SP is. So if I were you, I would be focusing on being with your specific person, or living with your specific person, or your specific person being back where you are in the same state. And if it's you want to go to their state, okay, bring your focus back there. And when your mind is putting the focus on all the things that don't feel good, you got to remind yourself that number one, they're just fears. And number two, you don't know the how. You don't know how things are, how they're supposed to look in the 3D. You know, not one person can tell you exactly what your bridge of incidents will look like. Okay. No one can tell you for sure. But you also don't know that maybe the fact that you're still working at that place where it's located is absolutely where you're supposed to be in your perfect bridge of incidents. Because if you're making your decision to be a particular version of yourself, and that version of yourself is to be in a relationship with your person, and he or she is local, you don't know what the twists and turns are. If you know you're returning to your decision, then you know that everything you're experiencing is a part of that unfolding. I think that sometimes we look at reality and so using you as the example, okay, SP is in another state and I'm still here, stuck here, working here, and I can't quit. So this is a thorn, or this is a mountain in the way of my manifestation. But if you've been having the intention to be a version of yourself, right? A certain version of yourself, then what you're experiencing in reality is a part of the orchestration to you getting your desire. So you working where you're working, as far as your unfolding looks, it's where you should be. It's a part of this. And that's how you should view your reality. That's my personal opinion. That's how everyone should view their reality. If you know you're choosing to be the version of you who has your desire, it's not like, hey, I made my decision, now I'm all done. Let me take my decision-making coat off and hang it up and let me go back to living my reality life. No. You make a decision, or you get or embody the state of the wish fulfilled, then everything is connected to that wish being fulfilled, including where you are right now. Try not to view reality as, I'm waiting for this manifestation to take place. I'm waiting for this to be fulfilled in my reality. So therefore, everything else I'm living and doing every day is just bullshit filler until I get what I want. No. Everything is a part of the orchestration. Everything. So it's not a bad thing that your SP is in another state and that you are here working where you're working. It's all a part of the magical, beautiful unfolding of your person living exactly with you, where you want, as you are working your new job that you've always wanted. Everything is moving and shaping you to be right in the exact perfect place to have what your desire. That's what I'm saying. Everything is the lived experience of your manifestation. Everything is. Okay? How do you know you are being the version? It's a conscious decision. It's a conscious knowing. I am who I say I am. Does that make sense? It's like a paradox. And you are the person that decides what the wish fulfilled feels like. An example, an indicator that Neville Goddard would talk about, he talked about it in a lecture, and he's also written about it, is that feeling of relief. So he would give that as an example. Like, so let's say you're manifesting money, and maybe you're manifesting being a multimillionaire. So it's you, if you're a visualizer, visualizing a scene that indicates that wish has been fulfilled. So I think he used it in the lecture. I just listened to that lecture again. Anytime that you're searching for something, when you find it, there's that inner feeling of relief. I have it now. So that's a feeling to tap into. But I also don't want you to misunderstand and think that if you never get that feeling that you're never doing this right either, though. That's just a helpful guide. Just saying, okay? All right, so on this note, I'm going to quickly read Ron K's, member for 33 months, and then I do have to go. Kim, so good to see you. So good to see you too. Do you think not seeing BBLs is a sign of me not focusing on what I want enough? I am getting frustrated of the no movement or it not coming in. It's been so long. Can't wait to speak on Monday, but would love a zhuzh. Love you. Love you too. Okay, so not having any BBLs, does that mean you're not focusing enough? And I'm going to say no. I mean, yes, Neville Goddard did say signs follow, which means because your manifestation is already done. So when you've said yes to a desire, if you are to see any signs, it's because your manifestation is like a done deal. Yes, it's yours. The signs follow. People think of that too logically, okay? People think they proceed. They don't proceed. They follow. It's confirmation. It is done because creation is finished. Anyway, however, I would be lying to you if I said that I always had BBLs to every single manifestation I've ever had. There are definitely things I've manifested that I don't recall experiencing or seeing BBLs, signs. If you're new here, BBL, Brazilian butt lift, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about birds before land. Yeah, I can think of a couple things that I manifested that I don't recall BBLs for it. So I don't feel comfortable saying If you're not seeing signs, then you're not doing this good enough. I just don't believe that. So my answer to you is no, I would never tell someone you must not be focusing enough if you're not seeing signs. Okay? I think, though, if you are looking for the signs, that's not the state I would want you in. We don't want to look out here for anything. We only want to go within it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not stupid. I know the whole point of doing any of this outside of knowing yourself as source. Outside of that, I know we want to get what we want, right? I know. But you won't miss it when it's here. You won't miss it. And everything you're experiencing is a part of you getting it, just like I just said, okay? To the previous person, I'm saying. So I strongly suggest you don't confirm to yourself that you're not focusing enough in the right place, and that's why you're not getting BBLs. I don't think that's a story you should tell yourself at all. I think you should authentically ask yourself, whatever you're manifesting, do you believe it's truly possible that you're going to be able to manifest it? Do you authentically believe that you're good enough as a manifester to manifest your desire? Do you believe authentically that your focus is sincerely dominant in the area of what you want? So, like, remember how I used to say, so if I had the ability to climb through your mind and see for sure where it's been, let's say for the last year, if I could look and see every single thought you marinated in, good or bad, would it be dominantly in the place of you having what you want? And if you don't think you can answer that as, yes, I have been dominantly in the new story or in the new state or making my decision, then don't question yourself. Don't assume you're doing anything wrong. Tell yourself you're doing it right and return to your decision. If you authentically can't say yes to me, and you do think there's a part of you who has been dominantly in the I don't have my desire mode, then that's what needs to change. That's what needs to change. And I don't mean that in a tough way. I mean it as you know your authentic answer. So return to your decision and let's make that dominant. And quite frankly, all that ever really matters is your right now, present moment. So even if your answer is no, this isn't about now being frustrated with yourself, now being mad. Nope. Return to your decision. You are new self. Okay? All right. Thank you very much to all of you for spending a part of your Saturday with me. Hot seaters, advanced manifestors, I enjoyed our previous live before this live. Oh, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I always feel like this right before I get off a live stream. Like, ooh, I should have told them this, but I don't remember. So I love you all. I hope you're all choosing to be the versions of yourself that have exactly what you want. I hope that's what you're doing. You deserve what you want, and I hope you are aware of that. Okay? I love you all. I'll see you all probably tomorrow.